each of you introduce yourself and tell us who you play in Naruto.
Okay. Is that me? Okay, what am I supposed to do? I've never worked with a microphone before. I'm Maile Flanagan and I play Sasuke.
I'm Yuri Lowenthal and I play Naruto.
That's right.
How am I supposed to follow that? I'm Platt and I'm Temari.
I'm the amazing Skip Stone that plays Rock Lee!
Go ahead, go for it. Yeah. See how low you can get your voice.
Lee?
I'm Brian Donovan and I play everyone else.
I play Rock Lee. I'm too good for a sign because everybody remembers me. Steve Prince, Shino.
I'm Tenten-Danielle Judovitz and I play Tenten.
All right, Tenten.
I'm Henry Dittman and I play Kabuto.
Once again, I'm Dorothy Fahn and I play Konan.
Are there any lessons or values from the series that you've integrated into your own experiences in life or in general?
Yes, don't be like Sasuke. No, I mean, that's a simple one. You know, revenge never gets you anything good.
I don't know, I think the best lesson is don't give up.
Same. Yeah.
I think for me, always live the power of youth.
What I sign a lot is never give up and always leave with a pure heart. So that's if you can live by that, that's pretty good. Speaking of which, where's the... Oh, has anybody seen the back of his jacket? The camera guy's jacket?
We want to see the back of your jacket.
Choose to be kind. That's a good jacket.
We want to see the back of your jacket.
Back of your jacket, show everybody, not us. Show them.
Wow.
Show them, yeah. Choose to be kind.
That's beautiful. That was awesome. Thank you so much. My next question is, if you were to cosplay any of your characters apart from yours, what character would you cosplay in Naruto?
Sexy Jujutsu.
What? I can't hear the answers fast. Oh, sexy jutsu. Okay. I would not do sexy jutsu. Tell you that right now.
Our sexy Jujutsu.
Thank you.
I would cosplay Jiraiya.
Oh, good one.
I would cosplay Rock Lee.
Ah.
Our son went as Sasuke for Halloween a couple of years ago, and he had me dressed as Itachi, so I've already been there.
Oh, really? He likes the bad guys.
Now, my final question. Fans frequently offer their own interpretation of characters and situations. Have you ever come across a fan's opinion that expanded your knowledge or made you appreciate your character more?
No.
Yes, every single time. I think.
I say yes because they usually know more than I do. Really.
I think I play a lot of villains in every part of my career. I love it. I think it's why Yuri is how I got the audition for the show. Was that we did a play together when you were newlyweds.
Right, they were like, do you know anybody like truly with a dark heart, you know, who's truly evil in their soul? And I'm like, I've got exactly the guy for you.
But it has actually shown me that sometimes when people hate your character, it's a compliment. Because it's at these conventions that people will come up and say, I hate you. I hate your character. I'm like, I guess I did that right then. It would be nice.
What brain rot would any of your characters use?
What would any of our characters use?
What brain rot would your characters use?
Brain rot.
Brain rot.
What's brain rot?
You mean to expand that a little bit more?
We're like
Explain,
super
we don't know
old.
what that
so
means.
we're gonna have to get-
What does brain rot mean?
So like, what, like my generation, what words we use? So like, Riz, Alpha, Skibbity.
We would not use any of those characters.
What slang would your character use?
Slang?
Yes.
Groovy.
By the way, I knew what brain rot was. I knew exactly what you were talking about. These people are all very old and I'm very young. And that is my Riz.
skibbity toilet. It's so cool, right?
You say it's your Riz, but I think it's your skibbity.
Wait, you're so cringe right now. And by the way, my 11-year-old daughter hates when I use those slang words.
Our son is the same way, but it's so Sigma.
Because
So
they always use it wrong, so it's fine.
what was our character's musical taste?
It's over there.
Music taste.
Have you heard our rap album?
Hardcore rap.
Yeah, we have a rap album.
Death metal.
We have a rap album. You know that, right?
If you guys did not know this, there is a Naruto-themed hip-hop album available for you to stream today. It's called Firestyle, and you should really give it a listen. Several of us are on the record.
I just recorded a track for the new album. Spoiler.
Oh my God, I still have to do
Big
it.
Luck?
Has anybody heard the rap album that we did? Raise your hand if you've heard the rap album. Oh, nice.
Some of you are out there.
It's great, right?
It's not going anywhere, so you got plenty of time to. But Sasuke would probably listen to Sisters of Mercy and The Cure. And, I mean, all your classic emo.
That's not skibbity enough. Can you tell them something more modern?
All right. My Chemical Romance, I guess, would be as close as I can get to modern emo music.
Could we hear each of you guys attempt to do a voice impression of other characters in Naruto besides your own?
Lee.
Konan would never do that.
Chidori. That's how I hear it. Like that high. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, believe it! Is that how you hear me? Okay, we're even.
Yeah. Actually, you sound like Guy Sensei in my head.
Firestyle, jutsu. That's what you sound like. Thank you.
Oh, here, let me move it. We're gonna do it again, and I'm gonna move my lips. All right, ready? Go.
I'm Rock Lee of the Hidden Leaf Village.
Something like that.
I love Tenten.
My baby mama. It was one night, okay? It was one night. She's awesome.
What motivated you guys to play in Naruto for so long, or be in Naruto?
The money.
Yeah.
That's what motivates me.
Fair.
Honestly, I don't think any of us expected to be doing it this long. But it keeps coming back.
Well, Mary Elizabeth, who is one of our longtime directors, she and I used to joke, and we'd be like, we're going to be really old women doing this. And now we are really old women doing it. And I swear to God, people are like, are you going to retire? And I'm like, no. I'll just be like, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. And drop dead. I'll probably scream Rasengan and have a heart attack and be like, Rasengan!
But I will say, the entertainment industry has gone really, mumblecore movies, television has become really grounded and honest performances, and anime is where you get to sort of do the mustache twirling, melodramatic performances that don't exist in movies and TV as much. So for me, I love doing anime because it's so over the top, it's so heightened and wild, and you don't have to do, even in voiceover, I feel like a lot of it has become, just do your own voice. Yeah. Please just do your own voice. But in anime, you get to swing for the fences and do big choices, which makes it really fun. And also the money.
I don't mean to argue with you, Henry, but this is my real voice. That's why I got the job. I go around talking like this all the time.
Thank you. Which filler episodes did you like or do you consider canon?
I like the one on the boat because I had all the lines. And there were 400 of them. Playing 7 different versions of Naruto, or 6 or something like that. It was fun, schizophrenic, and I had a lot of margaritas that night.
My favorite filler episode was
Yeah, that was. episode where Sasuke was like not himself, and he was like, he was super awkward, and I forget what the circumstances were, but we were all playing sort of against type, and it was fun to let Sasuke step out of that.
Yeah.
There were like memorably embarrassing scenes you maybe didn't want to do, but once you did, was it worth it? You know, really worth it.
Were there any embarrassing scenes that you did not want to do but were worth it?
Diarrhea for a whole episode.
Spoiled milk.
That starts to feel like you have diarrhea. Eventually, you're like, do I have diarrhea? But rest assured, I did not have diarrhea. I've now said diarrhea more than I've said anything in this panel.
I thought I had one, and now I don't. But I think I have diarrhea.
Yeah.
You feel better, Maile?
Any scene with Orochimaru, because Steve Bloom creeped me out. But, it was all, yeah. I mean, it was a mixture of like, he creeped me out, and I had the hots for him. So it was, I don't know. It was very awkward, no matter how you cut it.
Thank you.
My favorite to Naruto is Neji and Nara. It used to be Sasuke, but then he left and I was like, no, I'm good.
I get it. I get it.
My question is, what was one of the scenes that you just couldn't stop crying or laughing?
What was one of the scenes that you could not stop crying or laughing?
I think Steve owns that one, but
I couldn't stop crying on my last scene because I knew it was over. I cried like a baby. I wasn't coming back anymore.
My origin story, Kabuto's origin story, it's not really acting. Like I'm a comedy guy, and when I have to cry in a movie or a TV show, I gotta imagine dark stuff. That's not like easily accessible to me. And when I started recording that after playing him for 15 years or whatever it was, and you got to see, spoiler alert, it's a new series, I don't know if you've seen it. That really hit me for real, because it's easy to take these villains and think, oh, they're just psychopaths. But when I saw, and I was a new dad, by the way, when I recorded the episode. So, and the emotion I had in that was not acting, because I'm not a good actor. I'm not good at it. But that was all very real tears for me. And eventually, I stopped previewing the loops and just read them all cold because it was there, and we felt like we should be using it authentically. So that was mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sadie. My question is, in all of Naruto Shippuden, what were your guys' favorite fight scenes?
Say that one more time.
what?
The fight with Shikamaru. Temari.
The first fight with Sasuke. And they're screaming at each other.
And the last fight with Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, seriously, it's so epic.
My favorite fight scene was when I killed Obito.
Oh,
Never
nice.
mind.
Spoilers.
My first fight with Naruto was my favorite. But it was also when I felt like I finally found my stride looping and dubbing. It didn't take me like 10 takes to get the lip flaps. But I loved that fight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
So as to what it was like for you back in the day to be voicing Naruto and playing Principal Perry around the same time.
Challenging and tiring, but exceptionally fun. And also there was a point where I was doing, like one day I remember I did Shameless at 4:30 in the morning until noon. And I drove over the hill to Hollywood where I shot Lab Rats until 7. And then I drove back over the hill to Burbank where I did Naruto for 2 hours until 9. So those were fun days though. I can't complain about them. It's the good kind of tired, you know? Here's the saying about actors, they always complain when they're not working, and then when they get work, they always complain. So, but I love doing all of it.
Thank you. I respect the
Thank
hustle.
you.
How many times have you rewatched the Naruto series? it's about 6 times for me.
I will be honest, I had never watched the show. I had seen episodes here and there, but I had never watched the whole show. And then I had a son, and I raised him right, so he started watching Naruto. And we're watching it together right now for the first time for me from the beginning. And we're about...
Same for us, Yuri. Me and my son just started watching it too.
We're over 100 episodes into Shippuden now, and he's like, this is so long, and I'm like, buddy, we have barely scratched the surface. We got a long way to go.
But I'm a terrible mom, because while they're watching the show, I'm like, thank God, Sagan's busy, and I can do laundry, and I can do cleaning the kitchen, and I can take care of all that. So I don't get to watch the show, but I hear it in the background. Every once in a while, I hear my kid go, "You're on!" And I'll run, and then I'll go back out the other room.
I forgot that Sexy Jutsu was in the first episode, and so I let my kids watch it. They were 7 and 9, I think, at the time, and they started watching it. But then they went around the house for like 3 months saying Sexy Jutsu for everything. And my wife was like, "What's the Sexy Jutsu thing?" You know, I was like,
Kashi Sensei is kind of a perv. Okay.
If Rock Lee and Gar were to have a rematch in Boruto, who do you guys think will win?
Rock Lee, Rock Lee. Lee, right? Rock Lee. Raise your hand if it's Rock Lee. Everyone should raise their
Gar's
hand.
ready to defend himself, Rock Lee. Yeah.
Well, even Gaara's sister threw him under the bus.
Who would win, Sasuke or Naruto?
Naruto. Because Naruto comes from a place of love and forgiveness, and I would love to believe that that will always win.
And just remember, really early on, Rock Lee kicked Sasuke's butt behind closed doors. I just want to remind the audience of that, okay? Just in case you forgot. It's very early on in the series.
I mean, the show isn't called Sasuke. For a very good reason. What's your show? What's your show gonna be?
Well, I was gonna say that's we call it the Sasuke show in our household. I won't let my son call it anything else.
My family still doesn't know how to pronounce it, nor do they watch it. Although we've done cumulatively the 930 episodes. I pulled my family in public, and like my brother, we got down to my brother, and I was like, who hasn't watched any? He was like, me. I was like, well, don't ask me to sign some photos for your boss's kids.
Now that Naruto's getting a live action movie, which actor would you want to see play as your character in that movie?
An Asian person. Please God. Let's not do that again. I mean, none of us are, I want to be like a peasant lady in town. Like I'll just cross behind the lead with a bucket full of melons or something. And I won't tell anybody about it. And then,
But the melons will say, believe it on the side.
Oh man, Bruce Lee. Or Jackie Chan.
Yuri Lowenthal would be mine. Yuri Lowenthal would be my character.
I think one person who could play himself is Kotaro, who plays Killer Bee. Yeah, he's built like a rock, kind of. He's groovy. He's a musician, but not a rapper. And then he found out he had to rap. It was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I was like, well, I don't know. Every line is like rapped. But I think he could actually play himself.
Awesome.
What that pain scene was for him, do you all have a scene individually that when it played out that you didn't think it would hit the world in the way that it did? That a lot of people come up to you and ask you like, hey, that scene really meant a lot to me. What you did.
A lot of them. A lot of people that have gone through a lot, like come and tell me very personal stories, and they're interesting. And this show, it's weird. It's hard to explain to people that don't watch it, but it means so much to so many people. I get a lot of people that talk about growing up in foster care without parents, and people that went to Iraq and that's the only way they made it through, or nursing school. That's a big one. I don't know why. Yeah, a lot of people have said some very personal things, like They were edging on the brink with their mental health, and it kind of saved them. So I got to give credit to the creator of the show, because that stuff is not, it's not a regular cartoon. It's hard to explain if you don't get into it, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
I think, yeah.
Part of the acting, besides the money, seeing these guys at a convention is pretty fun. Besides the acting, I mean, I think it's weird. Now, we can all say our piece, but like this show, over the pandemic, most shows you watched Grey's Anatomy for 10 years, and then it's been on for 20 this year, which I was in, by the way. Apparently my character must have gotten killed off after 4 episodes. It's like they just forgot about me, but anyway, and it's just the popularity of the thing, all of us. Like, someone was at one of our directors, Susie, was at Disneyland, and she texted me, she's like, OMG, there are so many people in Naruto shirts here. And it's so weird. Like, I don't ever walk up to them, because they think I'm a freak. Because they're like, who's this weird old lady that's saying, I'm Naruto? They're like, yeah, me too. Like, whatever.
Is there any scenes for you guys in particular that you filmed that were too emotional for you, or that you got worked up?
I mean, any scene between me and Itachi pretty much broke me. And then those major fights with Naruto, too. Yeah.
Anybody else? Mine was, I had to record the scene where Naruto saw his parents, and I had to record it after my mother had just passed away. So if you watch that, like, the whole studio was just on the floor in tears, including me. But it was cool. But none of us here phone it in. Like, if we did, it wouldn't be a good show. And that is why it's so popular, because everybody we have really good actors on our show. Some shows, they rush it and they took their time with it to make the English version, and I think it shows. A lot of us, like Henry, Yuri, all you guys, like, everyone has theater credits, people are musicians, so there's a lot of variety. I mean, I won't speak for anybody else.
I think
I was going to say, for Shino, the episode where he has to find answers that the beekeeper is giving him questions to, was, a changing point for him, just in terms of not only for the show, but also moving on, so that you could actually see where his arc could go in Boruto. But that was a really good episode.
Yeah, I think for me, I always love that flashback scene where Rock Lee's crying against the tree, and he's hitting the tree, and Guy Sensei, it's a whole gift of perseverance. And I've always loved that, because I think you can't get through life without having bad days and self-doubt and things like that. So I think it's just a beautiful lesson that you are enough, and that you have the gift of perseverance, that you can carry on. But it's up to you. You eventually have to believe it. But so I love that scene. I think it's a really sweet scene.
I feel like it's worth adding on to something Maile said. Mary Elizabeth and Susie, we're often asked to do very heightened emotional things in auditions, in spaces that don't feel safe to be brave, or in studios where you have to really go for it. And these directors created, this may sound corny, but like sacred spaces to have holy moments, where somebody could come in and bring real emotion about losing a parent, or going wild with screaming and yelling. And I think we probably have all had experiences where we're doing those things and the person we're doing them opposite is rolling their eyes or making jokes. And I think what these directors were able to do, holding an encyclopedic knowledge of, hey, 30 episodes, don't forget your character did this, and we're setting up these other things. This is the only genre you work in separately from your scene partners. And I bet if you went back and watched the series now, you'd never know we were in the room by ourselves. And if you're the first person you're recording with 10 people in a scene who are speaking Japanese. So the directors also created these spaces that were pretty exceptional.
over and over again.
Thank you, and thank you for being a part of the best part of my childhood. Thank you.
Thank you. Favorite lines from each of your characters, if you could, please.
Over and over and over again. Just give up and let me cut you down already.
Well, local hottie.
I think I know you. Don't I recognize you from somewhere before? Could have sworn I know that fella.
Always remember, a hero is not one who never falls. You're the one who get up again and again, never losing sight of their dreams.
Parasitic insects. Jutsu.
Twin Rising Dragons!
Dreams don't come true when you're dead.
I have received the will of God, and I must kill you.
Thank you guys, that was amazing.
Thank you. I think we all need to give it up for Brian Donovan because he can never contract anything. And it's so hard to pull off, right? Because you have to say, it is so hard to pull off. You can't say it's or that or we're.
Yeah, it's funny, thank you for that, because that was brutal to do. But if anybody knows, the little trivia, the only time I do contract is during Loopy Fist, Drunken Fist. That one episode where like, what are you staring, looking at? Don't you know it's impolite to stare? And I could just I was drunk. I mean, I wasn't really drunk, but anyway, it was really funny because it was very freeing. Yeah, thank you, Maile.
That's our son's favorite scene. That fight. The drunk, yeah.
Loopy Fist.
So, my favorite characters are Rock Lee and Gara. Have you ever seen...
Wait, hold on. Say it again. Say it again.
Rock Lee and Gara. Sorry.
Thank you.
Have you guys ever seen any of the old school YouTube AMV videos? If so, which one is your favorite? They were the fights that would go to like Breaking Benjamin, Bullet for My Valentine, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've actually never seen.
I remember seeing some of those, but it was so long ago. I don't really have a favorite. But I love that AMVs exist. I love that people put the time into making them.
No worries. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
Hey, you guys. Thanks for being here, man. You guys are awesome. Hey, what's up, brother? What's up? My son had a question for you guys. He wanted to ask what was the biggest, you might have answered this already, but what is the biggest, or did you guys get any life lessons for yourself from your characters?
Yeah, never give up. I mean, that's a keeper.
Be loyal to your friends. Be yourself.
Yeah, this seemed to be kind of a running theme for a lot of characters in the show, and the show itself is just persevere and never give up. Stick with it.
Become who you're supposed to be. Become who you're meant to be.
And I learned it from, Sasuke says, what I have is not a dream because I will make it a reality. It runs along with that. But my biggest lesson, is learned from Naruto, I think, which is, that love perseveres. That love is more powerful than hate and violence and revenge.
And my lesson I learned is Sasuke sucks.
Yeah, I learned that one too.
Yeah.
No, I would also say, I'm just going to add that I think one of the reasons the show is so popular and so well received is there's a character for everyone. And so I would say that you really do have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you're enough and that everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and you just have to draw on your strengths and shelve your weaknesses and just be okay that you're not going to be able to do everything great, but the things you can, you do your best and you forget the rest. You do your best and you be the best person that you can be and the best individual that you can be, and that's what you're going to offer the world, and that's going to be the gift that you offer the world. So don't ever forget that you're enough.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Hey, and shout out to your mom. Where's your mom? Where's your mom? Where is she?
Michelle right there.
Yeah, there she is.
Supported us 3 years.
That's right.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Steven. I was wondering, for how long the show has been going on over the years, how does it make you guys feel to have seen your audience like grow up with the show and how long everything's been going?
Old.
Yeah, old. It makes us feel old. but amazed too that it has gone on for so long and that people do still watch it. One of my favorite things is when a family will come up to my table and it'll be, like a parent with children who then also have children.
Yeah.
And they're all in cosplay. Like, I don't know of anything that I could be involved with that is so, multi-generational like that. It astounds me.
Yeah.
When I started recording the show, my mom still had to drive me to the sessions. My mom's right there. She gave me. So she does not have to drive me to sessions anymore. So it's been a while.
I think it's weird that like we're here and then some people's children like didn't even exist. And now they're like 10 years old, 12, 16. The actors, we might not see each other for 4 years. I think Skip might be
I've seen you forever.
Yeah, I think it's probably been like 10 years.
At least.
Since I've seen him.
Yeah, but we don't like each other, that's
No,
why.
that's why.
And there's that restraining order.
Oh, that, I got a lot of them.
Not against me, against her. Real stalker down there.
And it's funny too because I think as hard as the pandemic was, it was actually a real gift for us because it introduced a lot of people to Naruto that had either never seen it or generationally, like your parent loved it, and then they're like, oh my god, we gotta watch Naruto during the pandemic, so they introduced it to their kid or their grandparent. I love that. I have to say, like every once in a while, you'll have a grandparent come up to the table and it's friggin' awesome. I'm like, oh my god, Grandma, you made the cut! Like, and she's cosplaying. You're like, and I just love the expanse of ages is just remarkable and awesome, and it's a real gift for all of us. I mean, we can't even emphasize that enough. I mean, you guys are a real gift to all of us. I mean, I think we're all in shock that we're even sitting here 20 years later. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hello again. My question is, have you ever met your Japanese counterparts, and how was it?
Say it again.
Have you ever met your Japanese counterparts, and how was it?
I did.
Yeah. Last summer, I flew in and out of Houston for an 8-hour sit next to Kana-san to sign with him. And he was the most lovely and gracious. He came into my area asking if he could take a picture with me and he was like, which is like so lovely, but of course he's the OG. But he was fantastic and kept coming over and kept wanting to visit and wasn't aware that I was in and out because I was working on something else, but kept asking, can we have dinner? And now I'm trying to get in a room with him again, but he was amazing and frankly had no reason to give me any regard. I literally dubbed his character that he originated, but it was incredible. And we listened to their voices before every loop. So he felt like he needed to introduce himself to me, which of course he did not need to do, but it was fantastic. Yeah, we signed pops to each other. So he autographed a pop to Henry, and I wrote one to Kana-san. So it was very special.
Yeah, I've done 2 Comic-Cons with Yoichi-san and with the original Rock Lee, and it was awesome. And same thing, so gracious, loves the fans. He was amazing, and it was really fun. And thank God for technology, because we actually had dinner together, and we just kept going back with Google Translate, and it was awesome. And we carried on this full-on conversation for an hour and a half, and it was great. He's a really sweet guy, really great.
I have to tell you a quick little funny story. We were in Houston, and I was at my table, and there was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 Japanese guys walking by. They looked like tourists, they just got off the bus. And I asked my guy, I said, they were all staring at me, kind of pointing and laughing. And who are those guys? And he said, oh, that's the Japanese Rock Lee. and he wants to meet you. I said, wants to meet me? I want to meet him. We hugged, and he was like climbing on me like I was like a monkey bar. It was awesome. We had so much fun together. They are so great. Unfortunately, the guy that plays my character is a huge musical theater star in Japan, so he doesn't get to travel a lot, but I'm looking forward to meeting him.
And we actually visited Japan, and we tried to arrange a meeting with our counterparts, but it was in the time that they were very busy working on something, and they kept rescheduling, and then it didn't work out while we were there. We're like, we have to leave now, I'm so sorry. So we didn't get to.
Yeah, I've never gotten to meet Noriko Sugiyama. There was a rumor that he was going to be at this show. And then it didn't happen. I was very sad.
I actually met Noriko Sugiyama at New York Comic Con.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got his autograph.
I'm so jealous right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Valerie. I was just wondering if you guys could do an impression of your favorite jutsu.
Wait, like jutsu.
Fire style. Fire. Oh, wait a minute. Katon Okachi no jutsu.
Hey, how you guys doing? Good. I have a non-Naruto question for Mr. Yuri Lowenthal. What was it like to be featured in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
It was a huge surprise and a great honor, and I still can't believe it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Believe it. They don't let me say that anymore. Too annoying.
I got a question. What's it like being at a convention?
Overwhelming. Did I get that right?
Yeah,
That
it's
was
good answer. That's all I can say. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And most of the feedback we get as actors is getting hired again for the next job. We get very little feedback on our work. We get hired, we get paid, we go home. So to get to hear back what the show has meant to all of you and what the work has meant, it's a really beautiful experience, I'll say.
And this will be our last question.
Yay! Uzumaki, Alright, so my question is, can you guys hear me?
Like so well.
That's usually the problem. Okay, so my question is for Naruto and Rock Lee. So Naruto and Rock Lee were kind of like the underdogs of the show initially. So what do you think it was that made Naruto and Rock Lee's journey different? Was it the ninjutsu?
What is it that made that journey?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I didn't have any is obviously a big difference, and I think what separates Rock Lee in general from everyone else, and what also makes him so awesome. Yeah. But I would say that's a pretty big difference, and it's not called the Rock Lee Show. It's also
Yes, I might add, it is not called The Rock Lee Show. I know, I think everybody loves an underdog, right? Like, you know, you're watching basketball or baseball, you know, and you kind of want, like, when the Yankees are beating you 20-3, you're just like, oh, if they could just come back. Because you don't want to see people humiliated. But, yeah, I mean, I always root for the underdog, you know? I think it makes, they're complex characters because they have a lot of issues. And like, I can honestly say, doing the show made me a better actor because I've had to experience every single emotion you can think of. And not a lot of people do that, you know, like, I'm not knocking it, but like Bart Simpson is Bart Simpson the whole time and the same age, right? And that's about, what, 25 years, right? So we all get to like kind of grow up, you know, with our characters. And I think that's really different, you know, because Snow White's always the same age, right? And so we get to really like grow with our characters, and that's pretty cool.
Thank you so much. And that is a wrap on the Naruto panel.
Thank you, everybody.
Now, before you all leave, can you tell everyone where they can either find you on social media?